Hello, hello, Mish here, your certified MBTI practitioner. And today I'm going to talk to you about an INTP, or our objective analyst. So your INTP is introversion, intuition, thinking, and perceiving. So I'm going to talk to you about an INTP at their best, characteristics of an INTP, how others may see you, and last but not least, your potential areas of growth. So an INTP at your best is someone who's able to look at a problem and come up with a solution and an objective idea in a very detached manner. So as an INTP, it's very easy for you to step outside the situation and decide what needs to happen. You typically work best alone because you love a problem. So you guys are kind of like our little detectives, if you will. You're the people who like to see a problem and like to look at it and analyze it and break it apart and build it back up and really figure out what the core issue is. And because of that, it's easier for you to work alone. You can be quite critical in that process, but that's also the point, is that you're able to get to the core of some really complex problems. And that's kind of you at your best as an INTP. So you should find roles or situations where you can really break a problem down, get to the core of this complex issue and solve it. That's something that's going to really motivate and inspire you. Characteristics of an INFP is that you're very logical, analytical, and objectively critical, like I said. So you've got that T, so it's very easy for you to look in the moment and see what's going on. Because you have that intuition, it's able for you to very quickly come up with some solutions of how to solve that. You are very curious, and with that, you're very mentally quick. So it can be very easy for you to solve complex issues that might take other people a much longer amount of time to solve. You're very curious about theories and what makes things work. So you might be that type of person that, I don't know, took apart your watch when you were young because you just needed to know how a watch worked, right? That's how your brain works. You need to know the back end of it to then understand the rest of everything. Yes, that's why you like theories. You need to understand where that theory and these ideas have come from to be able to understand it and use it in your everyday life now. Now, how others might see you is with an INTP, because you have that P, you would much rather find the problem and then pass off the solution to someone else and let them actually achieve the fixing of that problem, if that makes sense. So you really like to find solutions. You'd rather not be the one putting those solutions into action, okay? Because it's much harder for you to be able to put a plan and structure in place because you need to be developing your J function a little bit more. You also really don't like things that you don't like repetitive projects. So you're not someone who's going to want to fix a watch every day unless it's a different watch every day, if that makes sense. Yeah, you need diversity in what you're doing, and you don't like to have too much structure put in place. You also don't like to hear the obvious being stated out loud. So because you're mentally quick, you're already gone from 0 to 60 before anyone has caught up. So then when someone says something which you feel is very obvious, that can kind of grind your gears. See what I did there? You also, because you have that I, so this is a common thread with introverts, because your brain works on the inside, you can find it challenging to be able to verbally discuss what you're seeing the issues are and how to solve that problem. So that's something that you can work on. You're also perceived as being independent and that you really crave and value autonomy. And last but not least, you can be seen as being quiet, calm, and can, like I said before, be a very detached observer. So that's nice to, if you really want someone's opinion without getting their feelings or anyone else's feelings or emotions involved, an INTP is a great type for you to search out for. Then last but not least, your potential areas for growth is that in a situation, if it's not going as you might like it to, you can become overcritical. You can become a little bit sarcastic and a little bit destructively critical, where you're not doing it to help the situation. You're doing it to kind of tank the situation, if you will, if you're not feeling that you're being given the respect that you need. like I said before, with that, it's about how you communicate your ideas. So communication is going to be a really big key for an INTP. You get all the theories, you're ready to get stuff done, you're very action oriented, but you have to be able to verbalize that to the people around you so that you get them bought in and that they're ready to go onto that journey of solving that complex problem with you, especially if you have to work within a team. You also need to make sure that you are paying attention to some of the details, right? So you don't have the S, you don't have the here and now. So sometimes those smaller details can fall away. So let's look at your personal life. An INTP might put your personal needs to the side, right? So things like doctor's appointments, paying bills, those things that have to happen in the moment can just completely escape your brain. So while you're very mentally quick, some of those things that you know you should do in your life for whatever reason, you just can't get on top of making it happen. And that's very typical for an INTP. And you also need to make sure that for you, your least developed function is your F and your feeling, and your third most developed function is the S, which we just discussed. So obviously with your F being your least developed function, emotional intelligence or your EQ is definitely something for you to look at to make sure that you understand body language and tone and how people are receiving your message, because that in the moment feedback of someone changing their body language or changing their tone will be the best way for you to develop yourself and making sure that you're getting your message across in a way that will be well received from the people that you're interacting with. And that, in a nutshell, is our INTP. So I hope this has allowed you to understand yourself a little bit better and why you do the things that you do. Or if you work or live with an INTP, you might understand them a little bit more now. I hope this has helped out. And as usual, just leave a comment below. Let me know what you liked and what else you'd like to see. And I will see you soon. Bye.